Now tuned into something super tight. Puffin' something sticky, nigga, I roll through the light. Need to hear something real just to get me through the night. I'm looking for them jackets cause I know they looking shy. Know I'ma get some game, tuned in with super tight, yeah. I get it all up from Big Bobo, from the front seat, not no photos.
Already, baby, what it do is your big dog, Bobo Luciano. I want to thank everybody again for tuning in to Super Tight TV. We back, up your back, going smack, smack, smack. Just like that. Yeah. Bow, bow, bow. I hope it feel good to you too, cause it damn sure feel good to me. Now y'all know I got Jazzy K in the house, but right now she's out there taking care of some business. But today, man, I am fucking excited today. I got some more family members that have slid through the scene. This one is one that needs to be done for the city. Needs to be done for the state. Okay. Needs to be done for the world, Craig. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
For the world, Craig. I got my brothers in the house. Now, we go way back to the mid-90s.
Yes, sir.
When they were some little kids.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about all that. And these men are some grown-ass men now.
Hilarious.
I got David Chris in Dirty Red. Yes, Starvin artist in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man.
What it do, man? What it do?
Say, this is real.
Yeah.
How y'all doing, fella?
Wonderful, man. Good. Yeah, super blessed, man. You know, living positive and, you know, doing a lot of things. Me, myself, you know, I work in corporate. I do a lot of things in the community, and so I work in tech.
Yes.
It's been exponentially great. You know, a bunch of crazy awards. I won a Black Engineer of the Year award.
Yes.
A couple of industry awards in Broadway, and so it's crazy, man. You know, I never would have thought that a little kid out of South Dallas, you know, would be, you know, going all these different countries and stuff. And so it's crazy to see how life is, you know. Back in the day, we thought we could just do it only through music. That was the only option. You know, it wasn't, you know, it's a lot more options these days. So.
And we didn't even realize that because the things we were involved in, hell, we was in the studio. And
man.
We were dealing with tech.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I'm saying? And, songwriters. I mean, we could have did so much. I mean,
and it wasn't people didn't look at it
put
like
ourselves in a box.
Right.
But in hindsight,
maybe
we could teach the new generation to, you know, broaden their horizons. And, you know, if rap don't work for you, you ain't got to be the guy in the front.
True indeed. But I'm sitting next to J.R. Ewing over here.
Oh yeah, I've been hearing about it. Oh wait a minute, I see something wrong. Put the cameras on them. I'm coming over there with them.
What we got, Bobo?
Y'all keep talking. How you doing, Dirty Red?
Oh, yeah, I'm blessed, man.
I mean, you know, we got our brothers looking crooked over here.
Hey, I'm too blessed to be stressed.
There we go.
All right.
Better?
Hey,
yeah.
Good to me.
Yeah, we can't let our brothers be like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We back. Up your back.
Just like that.
Yeah, you too blessed to be stressed?
Yes, sir.
What's been going on in your life? You told me about a couple of business ventures you got going.
Yeah, just, you know, the trucks and that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Boats and party stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
You doing the rentals, right?
Yeah.
We got to put it out there because, you know, the world going to see this and
Well,
you don't want to do it right now?
yeah, I'd rather not.
You don't want that business right now?
Yeah, I'd rather not.
Yeah, I heard
Yes,
that. Spread yourself thin, won't you?
Yeah.
That phone will be blowing up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah, amen.
Is it at the point to where you got it in a sweet spot to where how you like it?
Yeah. It still work though.
Yeah, it works for you.
It still work though.
That's good.
It's always work. You know, that's the grind. You know, even when it looks easy to folks,
bro,
it's a whole lot of grind that go to it.
Come on.
Michael Jordan say great is making the impossible look easy. And so sometimes, I mean, if you think about like, you know, some of the places where we come from and some of the things that we doing, you know, people did tell us it was impossible to do those things.
Yes.
You know, or look how long you've had a career in this.
Yes.
Folks would say that's impossible to, you know, and, you know, it's the grind that a lot of people don't see, like all of the stuff that goes on behind the camera and, you know.
The day-to-day.
Right. The 5-minute edit had an hour worth of planning with, you know, 6 hours worth of work just to go get that 5 minutes. And somebody has a comment about it.
Oh yeah, it's almost like when you pop. Let's say Big Homie show for instance. Big Homie Show been coming to the radio station since Dirty South Lockport. He was like 19.
Yeah.
Now he got a hit song.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And look how long ago that was.
Right.
But the boy grinded this whole time.
Say, man,
You know,
listen.
it ain't overnight. But the people who ain't from Dallas,
Right.
who've never heard of him, gonna say, where'd this guy come from? You know what I mean? He's an overnight success. No, he's not.
Hey, look, you know, people had a lot to say about Vin Diesel. I think he said it took him 17 years to get in. What if he quit at 16?
That's real.
Look at all them Fast and Furious.
Man.
Look at all that money.
Oh my God.
Right.
Shit, Pitch Black, all that, man.
All that.
Ooh, the boys are. I saw Vin Diesel. Does he have a Dallas connection that you know of?
Nah, I mean,
I
don't
seen
let
that
me
nigga
speak
fly
on him,
mile
Mike, but
one time, bro.
yeah.
I said, what is that little nigga doing? Nah.
Hey, man. But look, life is good, man, and you know, appreciate you bringing us out, Bobo.
Bro,
You know,
yeah,
you was
yeah.
always like a mentor to us. You know,
Bro, thank
back
you.
in the day, Starvin artists, we was just getting in. You know, it was crazy how I met Pimp C and we got cool with him real quick.
Yes.
You know, but Bobo was like, "Hey, look, let me school you up, little man. Let me school y'all up, little boys. You know what I'm
I
saying?
remember
Let me
the first time I met
Hey,
Starvin artists.
look, you know, hey, check this out. You're in the
Was he there?
fast lane now. You need to check it out now. This
I'm
how.
not sure.
At the airport?
No. That was Lil Bro.
Yeah, yeah.
That was Lil Bro.
Yeah.
You wasn't there?
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was the first time though, but I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was in 1990.
Don't say it like that, man.
Yeah, that was in 94.
But I didn't know
wasn't
that.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah. We was on tour.
Yeah.
Mama had been telling us, I think, had y'all gotten in touch with Mama first?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mama.
Yeah, she said, we got some little young guys gonna come by.
Yeah.
They met us outside the airport.
Yeah.
Right there where you get your baggage.
Right.
That's when Lil Bro
Ain't had no
rapped.
shoes on.
No, he rapped for
He
City
rapped.
Yeah.
and
That nigga-
mixed him up too.
How
man.
old was he?
So he was young, man. He
14,
cut him
15.
up
No, bro, that nigga was like
though. No, he
11.
cut him up.
That nigga was like
put on
11 or
one
something,
for him.
bro.
Now he was a little older than that, but
Really?
he put on a good one though.
Bro,
Yeah.
he did.
He put
Yeah.
on one.
He was ahead of his time. I mean,
So
for
much.
real.
Do you
Yeah.
would you say that was the first time? Don't you think? Because we hadn't.
That connected, but I heard of Bobo before then.
Yeah. Yeah, of
It's the-
course.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying, was that the first time y'all met UGK?
No.
How'd y'all know him before that?
Okay, so one day, you know, I mean, man, UGK is, people don't understand how huge UGK is. Like, UGK came to Dallas one day and had a concert on a Monday night with absolutely no promotion. They just pulled up to the radio station.
What year was that?
Like 96 or something. It was
Well,
super tight.
not-
It was super tight. It was the year
Well,
super
yeah,
tight.
I was there then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And pulled up and was like, look, we gonna have a show tonight.
Yeah,
Man, you pull up to the show, it's packed.
yeah.
So I'm at this UGK show. Well, before UGK was there, they had like a rap contest. So I won a rap contest and I was supposed to get like $50. Well, I was like, where my money at? And, you know, they kind of stalling me off. And so it's right there in South Dallas at the Forest Theater before Erica had bought it.
Yeah.
And so I kept haggling them about my money, and then the concert was about to start. So I went to the front of the crowd because I'm like, I want my money.
Yes.
So it's me, my cousin Harold, a couple of my partners, D and Keith. And so as the crowd is there, it gets quiet, and I turn around and look, and C is standing there talking to this chick, and he got the mic in his hand. He like shooting game, like, hey, what it do, yada, yada, yada. And so, you know, she like all in the clouds, and he turned around, he say, you know, he going about to get his show started. And so as he walking on, he comes through the crowd to get on the stage, which was crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me rap. He kind of looked at me kind of funny, got on stage, did his thing. Later on in the show, he say, you know what? Fast forward to I left it wet. I got a new verse. I said, I got a verse for it too. He said, I'm going to let you rap then. So he started doing his thing, and my cousin and my partners is like, man, do not mess this up, dog. Don't do that. You know?
Yeah.
And so
You was there?
nope.
No, not at this show.
Nope. And so man, he passed me the mic, and I hit it. And when I hit it, I knew some of my partners that was like from 6'4" Ferguson was there.
Yes.
So I threw them a little shout out. man, they lit up. As soon as they lit up, the whole crowd lit up. It was over. You know what I'm saying? It was like, man.
This must have been in between Super Tight and Riding Dirty.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah, I was probably back in Dallas at that time.
Yeah.
And but we met while we was on tour for Super Tight.
Exactly.
And when Dirty Red and y'all showed up at the airport.
Yeah.
I remember leaving. I think we were coming into town that then.
I think y'all was waiting on the limo or something. It was a problem with the limo.
I fucked my ankle up right after that. At the same time. I still got the cane. I still got I still got
C had a jam box is what I remember.
Yeah.
He was playing tapes.
Yeah.
And he had what's that? He was singing something that I need the cocaine lady, the white lady, the sweet lady, please come.
Yeah.
Please come. He was singing that.
Yes.
He had a
Yeah.
and Lil Bro rap for him.
Young Muhammad, shout out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And,
and
how did y'all hook up?
Well, shoot, I mean, so Red and I are kind of from the same neighborhood, you know. So I started off in South Dallas, but then I moved to Pleasant Grove, and then some of his kinfolk went to school with me.
What school was that?
We went to the Hood. We went to Skyline,
Man,
and so.
That's a great school. That is like the best school in the world, isn't it?
Hood or Skyline?
Skyline. Skyline.
Depending on what you're talking about, right?
So yeah, that's
Sky. Yeah.
Already.
So you know, and so through some of his kinfolk, we got to meet, and when I found out he rapped, I mean, he was just retarded with the. I mean, he was crazy with the mic, and so. Man, it was just, it was cool. Yes. It was inspiring. And so, we would push each other to get better and better. And then when we added his brother Ray to it, Ray was just ahead of his time, just completely. And Ray wanted to bring his little homeboy.
Shogun.
Exactly.
Yes.
And so,
shout out to Shogun.
And which Show was already part of, we all, part of the family anyhow.
Yes.
Show mama and his mama all cool, so it's all family anyhow.
So you grew up in the Grove?
Yeah.
Were you born in Dallas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oak Cliff, and then we moved to Pleasant Grove.
You real? Well, what part of Oak Cliff were you in?
I went to the Real and all that old stuff over there. Then we was in Highland Hills for a minute. This is where my mama went.
Already?
Yeah. When they moved, we had to go, man. It was all over the place.
Now, what's up with the Tyler connection?
My old man was from Tyler.
Right.
And then Mike.
Yeah, my old man was from Tyler.
Yes.
And we lived down there and then come back and forth.
Okay.
So that's kind of how that, tied in down.
Already. Shout out to JJ.
Yeah, DJ brother-in-law.
Yeah, DJ brother-in-law.
Yeah,
man.
DJ brother-in-law.
Man, it's a small
Shout out
world,
to Smitty too.
Right.
Yeah, Smitty Trill.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's real.
Yeah, that's my
The
guy.
illest DJ you ever saw.
Yeah. We gotta let him see it, man.
Yeah.
Hit the Watermelon Man.
Yeah, brother.
And then we're bringing them the yellow meats.
Yeah, he was.
The Black Diamonds.
Yeah.
Right.
I heard he was popping niggas over there with like $25 a piece for them watermelons.
Say, look, these days you had to.
You ain't. Oh yeah.
You can't get one.
Yeah, for real. You couldn't get. And he was making the trip.
Yeah, you can't get
Gas
one
ain't
right
cheap.
now. You can't get one right now.
No, you can't, man. He was.
Yeah,
That's
the scientists done messed all the water.
Damn, really? Except for down there.
Ain't none of them sweet. I mean, unless you go get somebody off a truck,
Yeah, you're right. You got to know how to pick a good watermelon. It's a science to it.
It is.
It is a science.
It is.
From the webbing on the bottom to all that. A lot of people don't know about that.
Right.
The markers
stem,
on the bottom.
all of that. Yeah.
Exactly, the stem.
Yeah.
That stem better be burnt up looking. Want to be ready.
Right. You know how it go.
What is the science? Those watermelons must be good.
The ones when I pick them, that's it. I mean, you got to look for that.
Crunchy stem.
That mark on the bottom from where it's been laying on the ground.
Exactly.
Once you flip it over, it's got to have like a little webbing in it. It's got to have the bigger the spot, the better. The yellow spot, and like you said, that stem,
right?
That motherfucker got to look like a little pigtail, a burnt up pigtail. It need to be
right
and
small.
Yeah, the smaller the better. You right. The smaller the better. So, and you right. You get some sweet tasting watermelons that come out of Tyler, Texas, bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
And but say, listen. So check this out. So look. So meeting Pimp, right?
Yes.
So I get on stage. I rock the mic. It goes perfect. Afterwards, I'm my partners, we all kind of like, wow, that was crazy, you know. And so Bun was like, hey, that was tight. That was super tight. Get the number from Mama. Right. So then we was like, okay, so, you know, we own. So we get the number from Mama. And then, like, the next day or two, I was dropping a partner of mine off at the airport. Earlier, we had been looking for this, like, crazy Tommy Hilfiger shirt or something. All these malls going to, couldn't find it. So I'm dropping him off at the airport. He turned around, he say, man, there go the shirt right there. I turn around, I say, it's him. Pimp wearing this shirt. Yes. You know what I'm saying? And so he was like,
at the airport?
Right, exactly.
You done ran into him again.
Exactly. And so I say, it's him. When he look up and see it's me, he say, how come you ain't called me, dog? You know, I'm like, I didn't know you meant right then. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So after that, it was on, you know, and so it was real cool because back then, you know, you would hit Pimp on the pager and his code was 33, Tony Dorsett. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, it's just cool little things that, you know, you can share with him, you know, or you hit him on his pager and he would have that Dom Perignon is supposed to bubble, but it would be the jam session.
Just the music.
Yeah, it'd be the jam.
original,
right.
What
the jam session. Yeah, it wouldn't be from the album. It'd be, and so you know who it is without him saying who it is. You know, he was real cool like that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's crazy how he just looked out for us, and we weren't like celebrities or, you know, powerful, had a whole bunch of money. We was just addicted to the music.
That's what he liked. That's what he loved. I mean, you have to imagine for him to from back then he didn't know you was affiliated with Red.
Yeah, not at the very beginning, no. And then he, you know, it all came together.
Oh, that was the end then.
Yeah.
Because I know you remember that airport situation.
Oh, yeah.
Mama had already been talking to them. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, and what's crazy is when we did the song with him.
Bobo was there.
Yeah.
Bobo You want to tell that story?
Yeah, Bobo was there.
I mean, y'all can tell it.
Okay, can I set it up?
It was a lot.
Set the story up.
It was a lot.
Yeah, it's story time. Because, you know, you got a lot of people get online, lie by saying they was there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people lying about. Let me tell you something. One thing we're not going to do, we're going to talk about this situation, but I want to respect the guy who was involved.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I know his family. I told you, I've been knowing that gentleman. I went to school with him in 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade. I graduated with this man.
Yeah.
And after graduation, we talked so much. I mean, it was, you know how sometimes he was in my circle in junior high school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we
I get it.
Yeah, we
fully, man. Fully. Look, listen, so check this out. First and foremost, before you even go to the story.
Yes.
Pimp C was this kind of person. He either really loved you or he really hated you. Yeah, I mean, like there was no gray area with him. There was nothing. It was a very wide space. It wasn't like he kind of liked you. He either really, really was on with you or he was really not with you. And so if you fell on the other side of that, man, it just kind of was what it was.
Well, what had happened was the story for the bitch get up off me, right? Probably a year or so prior, 2 years, year and a half, 2 years prior, the gentleman had sent for Pimp to come down here.
I remember him saying that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
that was business.
Yeah.
It was a business situation. Yeah, it had nothing to do with what transpired.
Right.
That was something else.
We just got caught up in it.
That was something else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I knew it was something else.
Yeah.
From the way it
well, that didn't have any, the initial meeting didn't have anything to do with it. So he wanted to put money up behind me as an artist. And then all of a sudden he showed up to the house, paid the money. Chad showed up to my house. He paid money for them to get a room, right? And then we went to the studio, and he never showed up to the studio. Chad made that bitch get up off me beat standing up.
Yeah.
He got the sample from my house, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everything was organic. You know what I'm saying? And then once the guy never showed up, we were supposed to make 2 or 3 songs that night, you know, knock out 2 or 3 beats that night. And once he made the first one and the guy didn't show up, he said, you know what, fuck it, let's pack up and go. Well, you can just have this one. You know what I'm saying? In other words, the guy was gonna pay him for the beats. He said, "I'm not gonna do no more beats for him. Fuck him. You can just have this one, Bobo."
Right.
So I sat on that beat for about a year,
Okay.
year and a half. You know what I mean? And he came to town a couple times, and then we sat up in the Anatole, wrote the hook.
Yeah.
I remember an issue over there too.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I had a car lot at the time, and Mama called me, and she couldn't get in touch with him. She wanted to go to the Anatole to check on him.
That was after the Park Avenue.
That incident too.
Right. Right.
Yeah. I was in the parking lot.
That's the first time I witnessed.
Rap a lot,
Rap a lot.
Yes.
The strength of them.
Yes.
Down there.
It was like a.
Oh man, they was
the army.
They was
pressure.
thick. Man,
Bunch of cars.
Man, no
Pressure.
vans. They was thick.
It was thick too, bro. Well, they had cars and they had SUVs. Excuse me, SUVs.
Yes, sir.
It was in them Navigators and those Escalades, and it was all black. Everybody was it was military.
A lot of pressure.
But fast forward, we do the beat, we write the hook, we go to the studio to lay the verse, right? So we're in the studio doing "Bitch Get Up Off Me," doing my part and C's part. And I remember this like it was yesterday. I think it was David Chris. David Chris was like, "Man, can we get a hook?" Which one of y'all was? Can we get a hook?
It was either me or Ray.
I think it was you, bro.
Yeah,
Can we
one of
get
the two.
Because I was in the
I
big
had
room.
worked it out with him before. I had, but he was
Always busy though.
He was bullshitting. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Is what I thought. And then Mama called me. She said he coming.
Yes. And he was in the studio.
And I said,
and y'all
okay.
happened to be in there.
She said, I done woke him up, baby. You know what I'm saying? He coming.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I remember y'all was in the room right across from me.
in the other.
He went in there, he walked over there,
Yeah.
he laid the hook,
Yeah.
and the beat was so jamming,
Yeah.
he freestyled.
Correct.
He did.
I don't know if it was a 12 or a 16, but it was
Something. What was it? 8?
It's at 8.
it was an 8 bars.
Yeah.
And he said, y'all can have that.
Man.
He did.
That was a blessing
Man.
at that time because he was
Man.
knocking niggas over the head. For this.
Man.
I mean,
Yeah.
for beats and verses.
Yeah.
And then we hear
Yeah.
on the door.
Yeah.
The door open. This is the I Know You Strap story, if y'all don't know.
And then I hear him say, Bobo, don't let that nigga in here, man. That's when I know there was a problem.
Yeah. And
Say, man.
it was tell me what you remember, because I know my version.
Somebody knocked on the door. Now, I don't know the business that went on before, but I know something is wrong. Somebody come to the door and Bobo talking to him through the door, not really wanting to let him come in. And C was like, don't let that nigga in here or something, so. He said, man, you put me in a cross. That's what he told him. He said, you could have got hurt. I could have got hurt, nigga. And if something happened to me, nigga, this rap a lot mafia, nigga, you'll be dead for tomorrow.
Yeah.
And the nigga said, oh, okay, yeah. And he said, you ain't gonna get my money back or something. He just walked out cold.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, man, he finna go get something. And then everybody went to grabbing, guns or hiding behind the doors and all this other stuff. I was like, oh, shh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it just
He
it
got,
got bad.
JP, I say
he got
JP.
tactical real quick.
I say, JP, I know him.
Yeah,
I think we all need to go.
yeah,
Because I knew if he came, he didn't come by himself.
yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you how it went. Me and Pimp was outside smoking, and we looked around the corner, and there was a Benz down the street, sitting down there, old school Benz.
That's what it was.
And he was like, "What is that Benz sitting down there in the middle of the street for?" And then when we walked back in, it wasn't 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
The knock on the door. He came in because he was literally sitting by the door. Remember?
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all remember the guy cocking the gun in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it was loud. It was loud.
Yeah.
That's what made him look over at the bathroom like, oh, it's that type of party.
Somebody had a shotgun.
No, it was a Mac. It was
A Mac. Yeah.
the Big Mac.
Right.
And he cock-cow.
Yeah.
And it
yeah.
Yeah, he had an Uzi in that hole.
Exactly.
Yes.
Standing behind the door like, man.
In the bathroom behind
Right.
the door.
Right.
Exactly.
And Pimp could see him, but the other guy couldn't. And
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
it
he
was
couldn't. And then,
real tactical.
And I remember I think they had Pimp and Boy had them navigators at the time.
It was a navigator.
Yeah, they ran out and jumped in them and got the hell up out of there.
I drove that bitch over the curb.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they was that way, and I knew a back way to get. You know what I'm
But
saying?
look, hold on, check this out. We're gonna keep this. But hold on, wait. We're gonna back it up for a minute, Bobo. You know, we went and got like 100 pieces of chicken that from Williams that night too.
Say what?
You remember we went and got like 100 pieces of chicken that night from Williams.
Was it Williams or was it Henderson's?
Might have been Henderson's.
I don't fuck with Williams.
Yeah, it might have been Henderson's.
Yeah, because I remember this because we had a nigga from New York there. And he was calling these people, nigga, this nigga got me eating some chicken with some pickles in there.
Same, man.
Yeah.
Like 100 pieces of chicken and like a pan of fried. Like it was a huge, like Pimp would bring an entire party, man. It was crazy.
It was crazy. And I'm glad that we can sit here today and talk about that because it could have got real ugly. Night, man, because I know the gentleman who was involved, rest his soul, he's not with us anymore, and his family, because I know he's got children and everything like that. But I just don't like false narratives that people who wasn't around and they get online for their little 5 minutes of fame and try to slam the Pimp name and try to slam, talk about the situation when they clearly wasn't in the room. It was 1, 2, how many of y'all? It was 4 y'all.
Yeah.
2 on the couch, that's 6. And
I think
Bird was with Pimp. Bird was there. Bird was there. Bird was there. And JP.
Right.
And Biz was in the bathroom with the Mac.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's all that was in the studio.
Yeah.
Anybody else that say they was there?
Right.
Use a cocksucking lie. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, and the way JP and the way C were is that it would be a closed session anyhow. So
yes, exactly.
Yeah, I remember.
But what y'all don't know is this. I found this out just this year because I talked to JP. JP said that very next day, those guys came back up there for a session, and they were strapped deep. Heavily strapped.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, and it was law enforcement got involved. Somebody went to jail. I didn't even know all that had going on.
Yeah.
So the situation where,
well, check this out, man. Look, it get even deeper. So look, after we got the Green Boy from C, after he did the hook and the verse for us, when we stayed there later and he had left. Well, man, my tire was flat that night. And so when we talked to C like the next day or two and he heard about it, he went to through the roof about it. But that was a whole nother situation too. Like my tire was flat leaving the studio that night.
Slashed.
Yeah.
How many? Just one?
Just one. Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Yeah.
So I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
When you talked to C the next couple of days, where was he? Back in Houston, right?
Yeah, he wasn't in Dallas. He was gone.
Yeah, he left.
But when I talked to him, he was just, he was super happy because he, like how you said, he had put it all together about Ray.
Yes.
Red, me, the whole nine. He was like, man, I'm so glad I got to do that, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all boys work on that song, get it together, you know what I'm saying? Send it to me, y'all. You know how you do. And then he was like, and then I told him about, man, we left the studio, my tire was flat, so we had to yada yada. He was like, what? And he went straight. Yeah, he went straight Sweet Jones. Yeah. Man,
Yeah, that situation got pretty serious.
Yeah.
And, then he called me talking about we ain't gonna go deep in it, but So what's been going on? Let's talk about Green Boy.
Yeah, man.
How did that affect y'all's career?
With the best of my friends, had to do them in.
Well, it
opened up a lot, man.
It did. It opened up a lot of doors, man. It really did.
So I'll give you one easy one. It's like, I connected with George. And so George Lopez would have this record store, T-Town, in Pleasant Grove. And every now and then he would hook up with local artists and get them together and put a mixtape out of those local artists, And so if you were smart about it, you would go holler at George and get on one of those mixtapes.
Yeah.
Well, since we had the Green Boy song with C, I went and popped it with him and chopped it up, and he was like, we made a deal. Like, look, we're going to put this Green Boy on your mixtape. You got a feature from Pimp C. We're going to put another one of our songs on your mixtape of our own. And you know, then he went and got like Flip, Chameleon, Slim, and Paul Wall on the song.
Yeah.
And that was, man, it was ready to go.
Was that the North to the South?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's the one.
I had a song on there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Pimp so hard, I drag my mink on the floor.
Exactly.
Yes,
exactly.
I remember that.
That North to the South.
Yeah, that bitch was jamming.
Man.
Yeah.
And so once that happened, I mean, you know, I think that mixtape did 2.5 million. That was like one of his biggest mixtapes, I think.
Oh yeah.
And everybody was on it. And so it opened up a lot of doors. People, you know, we were already doing stuff with the radio station just off the grind, like promos, you know, for Felony, you know, we would
Shout out Felony.
yeah, you know,
Delicado.
when folks would have a DJ show, you know, the 6 to 10 show or the whatever, we would do a promo, a 30-second promo of that radio show, and we would mix a little bit of our music in with it, you know, and that kind of deal. And so we were doing stuff like that, but when the Green Boy hit, it opened up doors. We started doing shows. We started traveling a little bit, went to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and Houston, and this, that, and the third, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a blessing. You know, it was a real blessing. And what was really crazy is back in those days, people started to, like, leak songs and make claims that, oh, the new UGK album is out.
Yes.
And they would have Bobo's song, our song, and a bunch of other songs.
Yeah,
They say,
yeah.
Trill mix.
I remember that.
because everybody wanted the new Dirty Money or the whatever. And
Well, what it was that gap between.
Yeah,
that's
correct.
you're right.
Correct.
Between
and so it was no
My
UGK
Dirty-
out, and so he
yes.
did that with us, and so we had this song with him, and so
people
people,
starved him for it.
oh man, so our song started winding up on all these phantom
mixtapes.
UGK albums, you know, but they was mixtapes, and so yeah, it turned the corner for us.
Yeah, that was.
And while C was incarcerated, I tried to get Bun to give me a verse on that one too, to put them together. And he was like, man, you know what, if I do that, man, he said, you'll be the only person around here right now with a UGK song, a full UGK song. And he gave me a hard time about it. But I got did a whole nother song with Bun in what was it, Yellowstone studio in Houston.
Oh yeah.
we recorded.
What was the name of that song?
Showing My Ass.
That was on your solo project, or was that?
Yeah, you gonna
Yes.
hear something about it here, because I just a few weeks ago chopped it up with my Twisted Black.
Yes.
So we put our heads together. My
Man,
dog is home.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Man.
So shout out to Twisted Black, and
Yeah.
I can't wait to see him do his thing.
Man,
yeah.
I heard the music is crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I think I might have had the last song with Twisted before he went in. Yeah.
What song? Put a name on it, bro.
Man, I can't even think of it. It's so far back. Let's Get This Money. That was the name of the song. Let's Get This Money. Absolutely. Yeah.
Red, let me ask you a question about David Chris.
Yes, sir.
Was David Chris always the firecracker of the group? Because he was always all the energy. He had all
his
the
energy is high.
Yes.
But DC, he grew up in the hood, but DC has a tech side to him.
Yes.
Yes, sir. And we use that to our advantage back in our earlier days.
Oh, so back then he had that tech.
Yeah, and that we had to cut the camera for all that there.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
No, but look, like, you know, I would do a lot of the engineering, and so what I would do is like partner with different studios and say, look, I'll engineer for you for free, but however many hours I engineer for you, I want to get that many hours of engineering of studio time for my group.
Yeah.
And so I would do that, and that's why I got really good at engineering. At one point, I used to make the beats, but then Ray and I started arguing so much over the keyboard that it's like, man, okay, you know, and he was great at it. So
that fucking Ray could make some beats, didn't
say, man, I mean, it would be something like we're in the studio doing song A, and while we're doing that, he's on the keyboard making the beat for song B. And by the time I'm finished engineering song A, he got the beat already ready for song B. At that point, why am I arguing with him, bro? You got it. Yeah, run with it.
Shout out to Young Muhammad.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I got 2 of those tracks on my album.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Because he was making some serious beats back then.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the prodigy.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yeah.
I mean, God gave that boy a gift.
He was, I mean, singing and high pitched singing like Prince, you know what I mean, and rapping and I mean, you know, his whole
rapping
story.
at a high level.
Yeah, I mean,
from an early age.
Yeah.
and you know, when you think about it, like, you know, today they call it emo rapping, where you're talking about your life and all these things, or like how CeeLo would be so, you know, in tune with things mentally. Like, you know, Ray had that kind of depth at a very early age. You know,
Yes. I mean, teen years.
Yeah.
Teen years. I
absolutely.
just wanted so much more for him. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
You know, you hear about, let's just say Michael Jordan. I guarantee you, it was probably somebody at Michael Jordan High School that was doper than him.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? That was probably more,
that could run with him and all of that. Exactly.
But he wasn't disciplined enough.
Or you know,
something
or the
else
hood took him under or whatever.
That's
you know what I'm
why I
saying?
used to say that.
Yeah, you know.
You the only person I ever heard say that.
Well, you know, so
Who seen that song?
MCA, come on, knock it off. What?
Yeah.
Look, come on, man.
Yeah,
But
man.
you know, so like, I mean, I got kin folks that, you know, like that, you know, my cousin Donnie Curry, man, you know, in South Dallas, you know, he was like a prodigy as well in sports. But, you know, he's also on 4-4. And so, you know, it's a different thing.
Yes.
And so, you know, sometimes the hood gets you.
The hood will take you under. And I hate that, bro.
Yeah,
You
straight
know what I'm
up.
saying? I know some people, Darren Lewis. I mean, free Darren Lewis. He's in the pen. Y'all remember Tank?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I can just go on and on and
Yeah,
on. You know,
absolutely.
I always said, if it wasn't for the hoods, Dallas would be a sports mecca.
Man.
I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
think about all the people we had in place.
you know, if people thought Larry Johnson was crazy, you should have seen the people he would play with in Dixon Circle. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
And see, I never.
Larry, I mean, he was incredible if you ever got to watch him play.
Well, I went to Skyline. What you talking about?
Right, yeah.
I mean, when he came to school,
Yeah.
he graduated
in the Regal, right.
Yes,
Right.
come on, bro.
Right.
Shit, he was a star then. He was the first freshman to start on varsity at Skyline. Coach Mayo wasn't having that
No.
at all.
No.
At all.
Look.
See, because he had just came off this star center named Cedric. Guy, he's from my neighborhood. I feel like an idiot. But his name was Cedric. A beast of a center. And then he inherited Larry. You know what I'm saying? It was like, damn, they didn't miss a beat.
Right.
So
And then I wanted to play basketball, so I go to Skyline, but I'm 5'4" my freshman year.
hey, that's okay. How tall was Jason?
Coach Mayo wasn't feeling that, boy.
Did y'all go to school with Jason?
Yeah.
Jason Mayo?
Yeah.
Jason was short.
Yeah. I mean,
Shout out to my brother Jason Mayo.
he also
bro.
his son, but yeah.
But you know,
he could ball. He could
ball his ass off.
Coach Mayo wasn't feeling me at 5'4", man.
You probably was 2 foot
I
of
love
energy
Coach
back then.
Mayo. Hey, I ride with Coach Mayo. He wasn't feeling me at 5'4", though.
Oh yeah, he was too
5'4".
short.
No,
But shit, you sprung. How tall are you now? 6'1"?
2.
6'2". How tall are you, man?
Maybe about 6'2", 6'1".
Yeah, y'all look like y'all make me look small,
Close.
man.
No.
Man. So let's talk about Shogun. When did Shogun come into the group? Well, you said Young Muhammad.
Yeah. When Muhammad came in, Shogun came too, and so you know, Show always brought a lot of energy and a different vibe. You know, we always were the kind of group where starving artists. So first of all, let's go back. The name Starvin Artist, we picked it up from literally Ray was watching the commercial with the Starvin Artist dude that do the paintings.
Oh,
That's where the name came from.
Hey, what's his name?
And so the reason he wanted to do that, the reason Ray picked that name is he was like, well, if it was like Outkast and UGK having a concert, who else could go in that? Like Starvin Artist. He was like, okay, that name will fit.
Yes.
And Outkast and UGK was like our North Stars. You know, that was like, if I say where Starvin Artist fell, it was probably, to us, we would say we fell somewhere in between those two groups.
Yeah.
Shogun brought and so we listened to a lot of different music, a lot of Outkast. You know, back then, Outkast was kind of weird to some people, you know, the ATLians and all of that. UGK was absolutely a cornerstone, but like, you know, living in Dallas, Texas, we would still listen to Wu-Tang. You know, and so...
Tell me about the Deep Ellum thing that you was talking
and so
about.
we opened our minds up to a lot of that. Yeah, so look, you know, in Deep Ellum, it wasn't always a diverse crowd. You know, it was different. You know, It was homogenous, I guess is the right way to say it. Yeah.
What you call it, baby? Melon what?
Melanemic.
They didn't have it.
Yeah, so it wasn't quite diverse, and so but there was this group that would have this promotion team that would have these Final Friday rap shows.
Yeah.
And it was off the chain. It was like some out of a movie, and you wanted to be a part of it. And so Big John used to throw those parties, and so we got hooked up through with Big John, and to have a Final Friday. And when we did, we had to promote it. Well, shoot, if we promoting, we going to Big T.
Yeah.
We going to Bruden.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We going to up
Everywhere.
and down Jim Miller. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to South Dallas.
Yeah.
So we promoted. We grind so hard. We promoted so much that when the show came, it was a whole bunch of black people in Deep Ellum. It was different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, also we didn't know that it was some other group that also went by the name of Starvin Artists. And so in the middle of our show, they came in and wanted to have a battle. Again, just like the movies, right? And so Big John, being smart as a promoter, he said, "Yep, this is happening,
Right now.
right now." And so
And I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
They had some MCs.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah. I mean, they did their thing for real. And so John, split us on the stage, one Starvin Artist group on one side, the other on the other side, and taking turns on the mic going at it. DJ Fish, I think, might have been spinning to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so, we went at it head to head, probably like 2 or 3 rounds of, the group circling through each other.
Yeah.
And by the end, he asked the crowd who won, and, they gave it to us.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Congrats.
And so thank you. And so, it was cool, and I, what's up to Isaiah? It's all, it's love. It ain't no tension.
No.
And they are incredible MCs. You don't want to get in the spoken word with Isaiah,
Don't.
Right. You just don't.
Aziz is a highly intelligent brother.
Correct.
Not saying that y'all not.
No.
But Aziz.
Yeah. 5%. Yeah.
Come on, bro. Yeah, and he could spit.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And wasn't Picasso?
Yeah.
It
as well?
was a big group of them.
Yeah.
They all was on the next level.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Picasso and
James Shepard was there.
Yeah.
It was a lot of people that was in Starvin Artists. I remember that.
And so, that's how, that was the beginning of us, like, proving, like, okay, like, we could do this on this Dallas level. And then, in Dallas and Texas, especially during those times, a lot of competition. Everybody was trying to, the way to get on was through the radio station. And what you could barely kind of get it through the mixtapes, but the radio station was a big piece. And so it was common for groups to have to battle each other and stuff like that all the time back then.
How do you feel about radio play?
I mean, today you don't need it at all. I think no, I don't think you need it. I mean,
Depends on where you want to go.
Well, I think that there's you have the stratosphere, the Taylor Swift, Drake, stratosphere of radio. But, you could be very successful in other platforms and never touch radio.
Yeah, you can.
Nice to have.
It's nice to have.
Yeah.
But I hear people saying, because we're not rapping anymore, but like these new artists who are out trying to make a mark in this world. And then I hear them say, we don't need radio, or we don't want radio. But if radio called, they'd run their ass down.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because that's 100%. The ultimate. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Because that's the ultimate marketing tool.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, especially with internet now, because it's not just being heard in Dallas Fort Worth anymore. So
right.
So,
but and back in those days, man, a lot of people had a lot of things to say about the radio stations in Dallas.
Yes.
And it wasn't all positive stuff, like I remember, it just wasn't all positive stuff. But Starvin Artists never experienced those things.
Yeah.
Now I'm not saying that
I didn't either.
Yeah, I'm not saying
But
that those
when I
things
used to
didn't
talk
happen.
about it, yeah, I used to talk about it for the people who couldn't get it.
Correct. Me too.
Yes.
Me too. But we never experienced those things. And I think that the reason why we never experienced is because we put a lot of work into the quality of the music.
Yes.
We came on a very business level every time we approached the radio station. And the things that we had to do to try to make it make sense for them, we did it. Like, you were going to see a whole bunch of Starvin artist stuff in the streets. You're going to hear about a whole bunch of Starvin artist shows all the time. Yep. You're going to hear a whole bunch of these things. And so it's like, it kind of and then we were going to do a bunch of free things for the radio station. This radio DJ, we're going to do a promo for them. We'll do one for the morning show. Yada, yada, yada. We'll change it up. What topic do you want? What topic do you need? Yep. We would do all those things for them. And so when it came time for them to scratch our back, it really wasn't an issue.
That's real. That's real. And people don't realize that. They come with the gimme.
Yeah.
But what have you done for me?
Yeah.
It's a give and take situation. It's business.
Man, listen. So we did a Hurricane Katrina song. This was probably like one of the huge, one of the kind of large ones. And we took it to the radio station like right after Katrina hit. And we took it to the morning station. And, it was almost like hustle and flow. They put it on the radio station, and it just went. But we did a lot of work with the radio station with that, man. We donated so much money. We did so many community activities. We were at the places where the folks who had left New Orleans had came to and needed supplies and help. Like, we did so many things with them with that. Like, it wasn't just play our song.
It's real.
So when you do that, then we turned around and did a drop for them on that song, so it even made their radio show even that much hotter, and it linked us to that. So we was really, really smart about trying to parlay all the connections that we had to make them make sense for us and other people too.
That's real. And what was I going to ask y'all? Y'all remember the Caprice music?
Yes, sir. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What's running?
Yeah.
Why you laugh at it?
I mean, listen, so
I can speak on that, bro.
Yeah,
come on, talk about it.
Yeah, you got it.
Lil Bro came up with the Caprice music concept. That came from this side.
Yes.
What was the name of that? What was the name of that club down there? Purgatory.
Yeah.
We all had an office in that building.
The building across the street from Purgatory. I had an office
over there. With George Lowe, T-Town, they were in the same
I remember
building.
that. Yeah, I remember that.
We put a project together, and the name of the project was Caprice Music.
Yes.
And Tom came down and brought us a version of the song that he got from Josh. Remember the Elements?
The instrument.
The Elements.
Yeah.
Made the beats. And he said, what do you think about this for for Caprice Music, the song that he brought to us? Lil Bro said he didn't like the beat, but when we get ready to do it, we'll reach out to you. So he took the shout out where he shot Lil Bro off and everything else on the beginning of it, and and ran with his version of it.
Okay.
And that's how you hear the version that you hear today.
And then later on, Muhammad came with his version of Caprice Music.
Yeah.
They recorded. They recorded one. It's actually the original one that him and Lil Bro got together. Tom is on it.
Really?
Yeah, Tom is on it.
So that's the backstory.
Yeah. And then Tom brought one first.
Yes.
Okay. Lil Bro didn't like the beat. He said, but when we get the beat, we're going to reach out to you and we're going to do it. So they did it immediately. They did that one.
Yes.
Tom took his version of it and took the shout out and everything else on the beginning of it and ran with that himself. And that's how that went about.
That bitch was jamming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That bitch was jamming.
Yeah.
I mean, that shit was on BET, man.
Yeah.
That shit was on BET, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tom Tom.
It was a nice song. I mean, straight up, yeah.
And
I just felt like it could have been bigger from an older brother's standpoint.
Yes.
If if they could have come together.
Yes.
That's what I feel like.
Yeah. I feel like, Lil Bro.
Yeah.
After that, do you feel like it was some tension, a little saltiness from him? Because
no, not necessarily.
Good.
Not necessarily. I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I felt some. I thought he came with a version, and they were playing it also. Correct. The way he was rapping on it.
Yeah, on Lil Bro's album, the Caprice Music.
Yes.
It's Tum Tum on Caprice Music, the song.
Right.
Okay.
It's
Right.
jamming.
Yes,
Right.
it is jamming.
It's hard.
Yes, very hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, Muhammad could. I mean, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's a hard song.
Yes. And who did that beat?
G-Rock, I think.
DJ G-Rock?
I think G-Rock did that.
Really?
Don't hold me to it, but I think so.
I didn't even know G-Rock made
Yeah.
tracks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think he did.
I just thought he was DJing.
No.
Shout out to my brother G-Rock. I ain't seen him in years.
Yeah. Shout out.
Man, can't
It was
forget about
nice.
him. He was a pillar. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I think there was some either perceived tension or something. You know what I'm saying?
The city always gonna think that.
Yeah, you know, but I would say, you know, really to both. I think it was like something that people could look at and say, you know, listen, this is how two artists that maybe they don't agree on something can walk away from it, and it's not everybody losing somebody or something out of it. You know,
Yeah.
I think there's a positive piece out of it that you can.
Good.
Yeah, you know.
Last question that I could not kind of surprise you with. I want y'all to give me a story about Mama Wes.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
And it's
I remember when so not long after C blessed us with the song, right?
Yes.
It was that drought of no UGK albums, right? And then UGK did the Big Pimpin' song with Jay-Z.
Yeah.
And so I remember Mama was telling me a story about it. And she was saying that how originally Pimp was like, I don't know about the beat. I don't know. Because it was way different. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
And she was like, boy, if you don't get on this song. And I said, well, Mama, you must have said something good to him because, man, his part of that song is like an anthem around here.
It's iconic.
And so it's funny because I see on like TikTok and stuff, I see people cracking jokes and stuff like the Texas anthem, and then they play that song. Like,
Really?
you know, yeah, it's a trip.
Well, you know what people have named that?
Uh-huh.
Heard, not me, not you, because we
Yeah,
affiliate.
yeah.
I've heard people say that those are probably the most iconic 8 bars in hip hop history.
yeah.
Say, man.
For somebody to drop an 8 bar
Yeah,
verse,
yeah.
that might be the most iconic 8 bars.
So many bars turned into songs.
When C gave us his Mama West the number, my first thought was, you know what I'm saying, why would he be giving us his mama number? This nigga, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to
yeah.
shoot us to ghosts or something. That's
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
was thinking.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I realized that she was a part of UGK.
Yeah, she was the manager.
Yeah.
I was there when she started being a road manager. We had a
Yeah.
different road manager at first,
Yeah.
and he didn't work out,
Uh-huh.
and we was just
Man, but she would tell so many
Yes,
stories,
man.
like how she would put gas in the car and let the boys go on the show, or like the first time when they finally got paid for a
Yes,
show, and how
yeah.
the dude tried to rip her off on the money, and she was damn near in tears and just kind of fought through it and was like, "You gonna pay us, and we
Yeah.
ain't showing up, and you gonna have to deal with a
Yes.
crowd full of people that know UGK ain't
Yeah.
come." And that's when you saw that Mama West
Oh,
come
yeah.
out, like, yeah,
I watched Mama West become a very good manager.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because she came into it green.
yeah,
But by the time Super Tight Tour was over,
yeah.
she was strong. Bro.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell her nothing about the music and especially about touring.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And so she knew to get that money.
Yeah.
You know, we had hiccup here too, but we learned from our mistakes.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
She pushed through and we
It's
persevered.
a dirty game, man.
Yes, it's a dirty game.
Yeah.
I heard Bun say, man, y'all want this lifestyle.
I think she may have hooked me up with Bun.
Probably
I can't
so.
hardly remember.
For your verse?
Yeah, I think she kind of connected us together.
That's good.
Uh-huh.
But, you know, Bun said we pick a lifestyle where we get our money at 3 o'clock in the morning with pistols. You know, that's a think about that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Think about that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? This is a lifestyle. We get our money at 3 o'clock in the morning with pistols.
Yeah.
So
Say, you know, man, listen, I got to tell one other thing. Look, I remember this. So C would bring us around to different things. Like I think he had a birthday party in Arlington one time. And one time he had a concert and he hit us up. And when we went to the concert with him, it was like a parade driving to the concert. You know, like he got to Impala. He got the
Yeah,
this,
we was in Arlington.
Yeah,
We had a green Impala.
Man.
That's what made me go buy one.
You know what I'm saying? And so, and then he, and then this was like right after they did that Pull a Kick Dough. You know, and so they hit the, you know, he like, man, check this. You know, he just, I mean, he's so cool. He like, hey, man, check this out. You know what I'm saying? And then he go get the ski mask and the gloves, and him and Bun go hit the stage, and I'm about to pull a kick, though. You know, man, says just those moments was just priceless. You know, to be around a guy of that cachet who would open himself up and let you see a piece of his world and understand, you know, a little bit about what it takes to be in that world. You know, it's not easy. It looks so cool. It looks so fun, but it's not easy at all.
Not.
No, it's
and
not.
he saw something in y'all. You know, like you say, the grind, the talent.
I couldn't tell you, man.
But you know what?
I think it was the grind, though, bro.
The grind.
I had to give it to you.
Bro, y'all met us at the fucking airport. You met us at the airport,
I
bro.
was 17, and I was bodybuilding back then.
When y'all met us at that airport?
I was cutting up back then. Anybody that know me from back then?
Yes.
That
was your thing.
I was cutting up. I had the Lexus. I had the lack on switches.
Yeah.
I was 17. I didn't even have no license.
I feel what you're saying. It was our bodybuilding.
Hey, I'm with my brother, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
But-
yeah.
I think that's what it was as a young age to see that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is a kid, you know what I'm saying? And he riding around and knew this, knew that, and everything else, and he cutting up. I know he had to see it.
Yes, he saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Yeah.
I remember when you was young with that
Yeah,
Lexus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah, we was cutting up back then.
yes.
Yes, sir.
And so,
Back in the caveman days.
We don't want to talk about them days.
No, sir. No,
Yeah,
sir.
we lived it. We made through it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
we all got families, and we are
Yes, sir.
shining now.
yeah, man, yeah. But you know, I thank you, Bobo, man, for real. Like,
Yeah.
you've been family from day one, brother. You know,
thank you,
again,
bro.
you know, for some young guys, it's just totally new to their world, you know, and you know, having a big brother that's like, yo, man, let me show you, let me whisper in your ear and give you a little bit of game. Let me show you, you know what I'm saying, you know, where you might need to tighten up a little bit or think about this or think, you know, differently. Understand the world the waters that you're swimming in. All those kind of things, man, like for real, like not just the 89.9, not just the KNON stuff.
Yes.
Not all, but like,
Just regular conversation.
yeah, man, just straight up, like, even at the studio, let me pull you to the side. Let's have this conversation right quick.
Yeah.
Just me and you. Nobody else need to hear this. And then, you know what I'm saying, let's get back in and go do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all young dudes on, you know, y'all got a nice little shot right here. Like, you know, I don't want you to blow it. I want you to understand, you know, what kind of opportunities in front of you. That's priceless, brother.
I appreciate
That's really
y'all.
priceless, and I appreciate
I appreciate y'all for what y'all did for the city. You know, people don't want to give people credit.
Yeah, it takes a village. Everybody has something to do with it. You know what I'm saying?
really
Everybody
did,
did. Yeah.
It really did.
With this rap scene that we had in Dallas, you're right. Everybody had. I ain't gonna say everybody. There was a lot of people.
It was a lot of people.
There was a lot of people who
It was
had.
a lot.
It wasn't just you. It wasn't just me. It wasn't just Nemesis.
Man, it was a lot.
It was Cotton. I mean, it was so many people.
Man, it was
Correct.
horrible.
And I that's what
And
Wifey and I are trying to do.
And we should see newer artists going further faster, right? Hopefully that we've plowed enough road for them to continue to go. You know, again, Deep Ellum wasn't like it is today, right? And the other places of the city weren't like how they are today.
South by Southwest wasn't like it is today.
Oh my God, South by Southwest was, okay, it's called South by Southwest because Southwest distributors and South distributors would come together to try to pool their resources to do a little bit more distribution. So all small and medium independent artists would be there. It wasn't major anything.
No. What's his name blew it up? Oh, I said what's that? My bad. Matt Sonzala.
Yeah.
Matt Sonzala is the one that blew South by Southwest up.
And kudos to him, you know what I'm saying? Kudos to him. But
bro.
it just started off as a very independent artist kind of thing.
Yeah, he was the one bringing all the Houston acts down.
Right.
Once all that started happening, and then that Dallas came down. Then
shout out to Houston. You know, I mean, honestly, straight up, Houston, I think showed not only Dallas, Texas, and the rest of the country, like you could put talented people together that are in different cliques and groups to work towards a common goal, and everybody wins. Like 1 and 1 is 11.
That's easy math.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Straight up.
Y'all got some shout outs, bro?
Shout out to Bobo. Shout out to Super Tight.
Yeah, man.
Oh, you know what? We forgot a part that we cannot skip.
Okay.
Because you both on the positive path.
Yes, sir.
All right.
And y'all know we on the positive path.
Yeah.
Amen.
Texas table.
Oh man.
You got to reel the blue star for the positivity, bro.
Say, let me
man.
make sure we get that there.
That's for your career, for your life, for your family,
Say.
anything you want to do.
Yes,
I need
sir.
y'all to leave something for us.
Yeah,
Hey,
for
man,
sure,
there
baby.
you go.
We got a lot of stuff we trying to accomplish.
Appreciate
That's
you
right.
too, bro.
Oh, no, man.
Yeah.
That's all
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Y'all,
man.
you ain't got to say thank you. You too.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't got to say thank you, bro.
Yeah.
I remember I went over y'all house one day. Who had the pool that time I was over your house?
I couldn't tell
That's
you,
probably-
bro. We've been cutting up so
Yeah.
long.
Was it Ant House?
Nah.
Well, it was in the
been.
Grove or some.
Well, it might have been. Yeah, that might have been. Yeah,
Might have been. I
yeah,
think
with
there
the
was a
pool in
pool
the
over
back.
there. Yeah, the pool
that
in the
might have
back,
been.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it was. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
ready.
Shout out to Ant.
Shout out to Ant, man.
Anthony Landry.
Andrew Landry.
Anthony Landry,
Yeah.
man.
Uh-huh.
You got your shout out?
Yeah, shout out to Super Tight.
Thank you.
TV. Shout out to my dog Bobo, long
Yes.
time partner.
Uh-huh.
My big brother DC. Shout out to Starvin artists and just shout out to the DFW Metro place.
That's
man.
real, man.
Yo,
Yes, sir.
I want to say a shout out to all the artists that's out there grinding it right now. All the artists that was out there, a couple years ago or whatever, doing their thing. It's no tension from anybody. We need to just love each other, respect each other's music and craft, and be the best at anything that we are trying to do.
That's real,
That's it.
man. I appreciate y'all coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate
Because
you too.
getting y'all together
Yeah,
is a
that's
job.
It is.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man.
And I appreciate y'all coming together, man,
Yeah.
and doing this for the city.
Yes, sir.
You notice I didn't say doing it for us.
Yeah.
This is doing it for the city.
Yeah.
Because this is bigger than us.
Yeah.
Jazzy K and I, we're not trying to. I set this up for my family, but
Okay.
really, it's for the city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we have to put the city in a better situation.
And while we speaking on the city, me and
Yes.
Bobo been talking about this here off camera.
Stop
Yeah.
this shit, bro.
Hey man, I'm speaking this into existence.
Okay.
Say that personal use, that Bobo the album, man. It's on. It's
I
in
might
the,
give him. I might
it's
give him
in the
an EP.
works.
I might give him an EP.
Yeah, EP.
Uh-oh.
I might
Yes,
give
sir.
him 6 to
Don't
8 songs.
detox us.
Yes, sir.
Don't,
No.
wait. Don't detox us.
Man, that show
Don't
will be.
That's him. That's him wiring y'all up though.
I don't
Yeah,
even
yeah.
know.
They're really trying to wire y'all up.
Anybody know
It's
about
on the
that
way,
detox?
man.
Don't
Yeah.
detox
Yes,
us.
sir. That's
Wait
on the
20
way,
years
man.
for
Yeah,
that.
don't detox us.
I ain't gonna
Yeah.
detox. I ain't gonna say coming soon and it's 20 years
Oh,
later.
man.
Nah.
Hey.
I'll let y'all know when I get serious about it.
All right.
Yeah.
That's real.
All right.
I don't
For
know.
sure.
Wife has been on me. A couple of people have been on me. It's been in my mind.
Man, now's the right time to do it.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
You know what
man.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
I know
sure
you
would
do.
like to hear.
Yeah, I know you.
I would
do.
like to hear.
A zillion stories.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like me and Red talked about, it would be grown folks.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
like to hear the new Bobo.
Yeah, it would be grown
OG
folks.
Bobo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I would like
Stop
to hear.
it, bro. Anyway, man.
Yes, sir.
I got my men, my boys, my
Yeah.
guys, my family.
Hey.
Man,
Yes, sir.
these are my dudes right here, man.
Yes, sir.
I got David Chris, Dirty
sir.
Red, Starvin Artists is in the building.
Yes, sir.
Real super tight guest.
It's your girl Jazzy K with Super Tight TV. We want to thank everyone that's been watching. Hey, if you do us a favor and hit that subscribe button, also press the notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video.
Know I'ma get some game tuned in with super tight, yeah. I get it all up from Big Bobo, from the front seat, not no photos.